back at the round table we go. Sean Baligian in the house, Pat Caputo in the house. Gentlemen, let's start with the Final Four matchups. I'll throw them out there. First game, Ford Field next Saturday night, Michigan State and UConn.
Well, I think State will win. I picked them to win the national championship in the bracket before, so I'm not going to change now that they're actually playing well and making me look good. No, I think State's peaking at the right time. Connecticut's certainly formidable. It could go the other way, but I like the Spartans.
And Connecticut's the best team they will have faced in this tournament. Much better, I believe, than Louisville, at least the way they're playing right now. I mean, Louisville was great the other night, no question about that, but Tim McCormick sat right there and said it last week. I think that, and I'm paraphrasing, they were a bit fraudulent.
Well, you know what? You keep wondering if all this off-the-court stuff is going to affect UConn, and it hasn't so far. But I'm with Pat. I think Michigan State wins a game, and I know I'm going to be accused of being a homer, but unlike Pat, I picked North Carolina over Michigan State in the championship.
I picked North Carolina to win it all as well, which brings us to North Carolina and Villanova.
Well, Villanova, don't count them out. North Carolina.
Talk about peaking.
Yeah, they're a team they're fierce. They remind me a lot of Michigan State. They got that same ferocity to them. And I think that'll be an interesting game, but you still have to go with North Carolina. They're so gifted talent-wise.
They're so deep. It scares you. I mean, even when Tyler Hansbrough doesn't have a good game, I mean, Ty Lawson.
It seems like you're almost at their win as to whether or not they're going to have an off game. If they don't have an off game, you're not going to win.
The one thing about it is I don't see anybody that's real long on Villanova. When Kansas beat them last year, they had that Aldridge kid who came in and did a great job. Height and length really bothers Hansbrough. I don't see Villanova having that length.
Yeah, I think North Carolina, and you know what? They're not unbeatable, though. I don't look at North Carolina and go, "Ooh, you're not good. This team's so good." I don't feel that way at all. Villanova, there's something to be said about tenacity, and I mean, it wouldn't shock me if they won that game.
Guys, let me get to the Tigers. Couple of roster moves today. Dontrell Willis and Joel Zamaya go in the injured list. Zamaya, no surprise there. Dontrell Willis, an anxiety problem. And that, I think, kind of caught people off guard a little bit. Clearly, there's some issues there with Dontrell, but I don't know if this is what people were expecting.
Well, they have to describe it somehow, and there isn't some kind of physical ailment there. He's got, Steve Blass disease, the thing, whatever you want to call it, where he can't throw a baseball from here to 50 feet and hit it accurately, and nobody can explain it. So
why the DL? Why not just send him down, Pat?
Well, because if you send him down, I don't know what it does to have a $10 million a year pitcher in the minor leagues and then constantly having that attention.
But he can't pitch in the majors right now. He's not even close to being able to.
Maybe they're trying to find some psychological reason to try to solve this, which nobody ever has before.
Sean, rotation is in real trouble.
It scares you. I mean, really, this is a guy that I personally thought he was going to bounce back this year. But, when you're starting to hear stuff like Pat said, Steve Sachs and Keel, all the names, Chuck Knobloch, remember, he couldn't throw from second. He went through this phase. Maybe it's a phase, I don't know, but anxiety disorder, my goodness, that's just something
No
wrong.
pitcher who's ever had this comes back from it. That's the really difficult part.
And it doesn't appear that he's making strides. Very quickly, Verlander, Jackson, Galarraga, 1, 2, 3 in the rotation. Once you get past that,
you know what their hope is?
I know what their hope is.
The division takes 83, 84 wins to win it, and that could be, because it's not a very good division, to be honest with you.
All right, that's Pat Caputo, 97 won the ticket, the Oakland Press. Sean Baligian, M-Live, the Plymouth Whalers, and as we said, one of our favorite radio free agents. We'll get out of here. We're coming right back. Stick with us right here on The Works.